Hi, I'm Nick Pittom, also known as RedOfPaw's. I'm the director of Fire Panda Limited, but we're only just moving into the VR space. So for now, I'm sort of an independent VR game developer. So far, I've worked on two main demos you might have heard of. It's the Spirited Away boiler room demo and the Totoro bus stop scene. Those are the two main things I've done so far. So far, the reception to the two demos I've done, it's been really good. I've been really kind of really happy with, kind of blown away by how much people really took to the demos. And I think that's mainly, there's obviously a certain love for the films that it came from, and I'd like to think people also kind of quite like the production of them, how they look. And what the actual experience is. They're quite experimental for me, having not done game design, having not done, especially VR. Not many people have done a lot of VR so far, so it's all a bit experimental. But I feel, for what they are, they're quite nice experiences. So my new project is a Kickstarter called RedOfPaw's Big Crazy Stupid VR Adventure and American Pie. And the idea was it was a way to raise money to go to Oculus's conference, Oculus Connect. They announced it. It looked like something that would be quite fun. It looked like something that would be quite interesting and probably quite a big deal. So I thought I should probably go, but I didn't have the money for it. So I was chatting to someone else, another couple of VR developers, and someone said, well, why don't you just ask for the money from people in general, like on the internet? And I thought, well, that's a bit cheeky. I could go out and beg for money and maybe I'd be able to raise enough money to do it, but I thought maybe, seeing as I already make some VR stuff, it might be a good idea to make something in return, and that a VR Kickstarter might be the way forward. So I didn't know what it was going to be, what the game would be, so I just went out and said, look, if you help me get to Oculus Connect, I'll make something, I'll make a game. And along the way, that became a game based on the experience of going to Oculus Connect. So it's like an adventure where you have to, solve puzzles and somehow go from the UK all the way to the US and go to Oculus Connect. I'm still working out what that's going to be, but that's, I guess, what the experience will be. So the level of ridiculousness of the whole thing, I kind of thought, well, this is not a serious production. I can't seriously go out and say to people, this will be, it should be well produced, but it's not going to be a kind of the most seriously produced thing. So I kind of consciously thought, well, it should be a bit ridiculous, it should be a bit stupid, it should be fun, because otherwise what's the point in being involved for people? And it should be fun for me to make it. It's an experimental thing. I should be having fun with it. So the level of ridiculousness, in the presentation of the Kickstarter and everything, I think that's a bit kind of conscious and on purpose, because you got to have a bit of fun. The ultimate goal, though, I guess, is for me to learn along the way, is for the game itself, for me to experiment, for me to learn some good VR things, because this is an opportunity for me to experiment with some ideas I wouldn't normally get to try on more serious projects, or that might not work on more serious projects. I can kind of experiment with any ideas on this, in terms of gameplay, in terms of the way VR is used, that I might not get the opportunity to otherwise, and that might open other doors and other ideas. But yeah, it's hopefully to have fun as well, and hopefully the end product will be something people can enjoy, not just because of the Kickstarter, or not just because of what I was doing it for, but on its own terms. So it's actually quite a good, fun VR experience. Anyway, so you can find out more about the Kickstarter on the Kickstarter itself if you Google RedOfPaw's Big Crazy Stupid VR Adventure and American Pie, or you can check me out on Twitter. That's at RedOfPaw. I'm also on Reddit as RedOfPaw as well. I'm in the Oculus subreddit all the time. So yeah, check out any of them, you can find out more about it, and hopefully, keep an eye on it and learn about some of the projects I do in the future. They're not all going to be stupid. Some of them are going to be serious and well thought out from the start.